Hi friends and family, you've asked me a lot about monarch butterfly raising, and here I am to give you a few tips and show you my setup for raising all things butterflies. Full of plants. And you're probably wondering why I put them all on a table. Well, if you live in Southern California and you have a lot of flowers, then you probably have little rodents that love to eat them. So I put them all on a table and I use the tops of trash cans to make a barrier so rats can't get on the table and eat the plants, and they will totally destroy your garden, so it's a good idea to do it. Now, look who I just found. I was looking for eggs, but look what I found. I found a brand new caterpillar who's just come out of the cocoon a little bit ago. It's probably a day old. Now, normally if I found a larger caterpillar, I would take them into an outdoor hut, such as this one that I have right here. It was made for me by my partner Spencer, and we put the ones that are older in there because there are predatory wasps that lay eggs inside of the caterpillars, and when they hatch, they infect all of the rest. So this guy is pretty little and beautiful, and so I will bring him in with the other guys. I doubt that he's been infected yet. Don't worry if you couldn't see it on the film. They're super hard to see and they're very well camouflaged. As you can see, this one is super tiny. It's about a day old, like I said. An egg to show you on the leaves, but I went over the plants pretty thoroughly yesterday and I can't find any. That doesn't mean that they're not there and that I haven't missed them, but I can't find any right now. But I'll show you what to do when you come across a butterfly egg. Okay, let's go inside. So welcome inside to my caterpillar sanctuary. So where do we take this little guy? As you can see, I've got two mesh cages. One has taller growth plants in it and one has smaller. I separate the brand new babies from the older caterpillars just so they won't get eaten and their food won't get eaten. So I like to put new growth plants. This was a plant that was consumed totally by older caterpillars a while ago, and you can see all the nice tender greens, and so I'm going to put our guy right on one of these, and so he can eat to his heart's content. There's probably about 15 to 20 little caterpillars on these two plants right here. They're really hard to see. Maybe you can see some of them right now. I can see 1 and 2. But they're all over, and I wait to transfer them to this next cage, and this is where I hold the bigger caterpillars until they go into chrysalis. And you can see here that I have a few that are getting big, which I'm super happy about. That's one. This is a good one. Should go into chrysalis soon in a couple days. I also like to keep the milkweed plants nearer to the sides of the cage because sometimes these guys like to go on little walkabouts, and it's easier for them to re-find the plant once it's touching the mesh. A lot of questions I get are, what do butterfly eggs look like and what do you do with them? And I will show you. Here's just a plain old Tupperware Ziploc container. I take a wet paper towel, well, not wet, I wring it out, just damp, in order to keep the leaves from getting dried out. And as you can see, here are all the eggs, and I've spread out the leaves a little bit, so if one caterpillar is born, it's not gonna eat the egg, if it's really close. As you can see, we have a new birth in here. So there's one, and it's pretty close to the egg, another egg, so I'm gonna move it pretty quickly. I check it about once a day. Here's another little guy that was just born, and the yellow leaf over here in the center now, see that dark spot? Now that's going to be a baby caterpillar being born. The eggs are white when they're freshly laid, And then as they darken, you know that a little caterpillar is going to be born. Hello, welcome to the world. You're so cute. Yes. And I'm going to place them in the newborn plant. I just take the entire leaf and put it in among the other leaves. Sorry for my hand being in the way. But there you go. So I leave those leaves with the caterpillars on it, and they'll probably still eat those leaves even though it's not attached to the plant, and it'll move on to the ones that are full and juicy and full of water soon when the other ones wither. Here is the very technical way that I house the chrysalises. So you're going to need dental floss, and you take the dental floss and you make it into a sort of noose-like, and you put it at the top of the chrysalis. It will not hurt the chrysalis at all if you get it to the top. And you tie it really tight, and then you gently pull it from the top of the mesh cage. And you know, the cocoon, the webbing that they did to secure their chrysalis to the top will also come free, but don't worry, you haven't hurt them at all. You probably want to wait a day or two after they've formed into chrysalises so they're nice and hard, because when they've just formed into chrysalis, they're really soft and sometimes they go splat, and then you cry because it's all gone. So what I do then is I take the dental floss holding the chrysalis and I wrap it around and around and around, and the chrysalis hangs from the center on this mason jar. What's really important though too is to put branches at the bottom of your jar, because sometimes the chrysalis, they fall from the chrysalis when they come out of it, and if they fall and there's nothing there that they can grab onto, then their wings stick together and they die, and that is also very tragic. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and now you can see my very technical way that I harvest and help the monarch butterfly population.